the primary focus of India certainly should be on domestic, meeting its domestic developmental requirements. And I think broadly what we've seen is that the kind of positions we have taken is in sync with managing our domestic needs, whether it is the Russia-Ukraine crisis or or even the Middle Eastern crisis at the moment that is unfolding, or this idea that how can we use certain crises to enhance our capabilities. I think COVID was used effectively by India to demonstrate not only its ability to shape the global pharmaceutical industry, but also as a provider of global public goods, that we could be provider of vaccines to the world in ways that perhaps no other country could have done. So in a sense, that articulation of India as a country that is focused on its domestic needs, but when the crisis comes, we are also standing with everyone, with our important stakeholders. And you see that trend, whether it is, despite our troubled ties with Turkey, you saw India helping Turkey during the earthquake. We saw, again, I think there was a lot of misunderstanding about India's response to this particular crisis in Middle East. But what are we witnessing today? India is one of the few countries that is actually delivering aid for the Palestinians. I mean, many countries have said many big words, but what is their what is their role on the ground? Whereas India here is actually delivering aid on the ground to the people where it matters. So I think in some ways, India's response has been about India first, but also about how India can reach out to its partners, to its stakeholders, and to the world at large when there is a need. But fundamentally, I think this is also because the polarization in the world is so high. I think India is standing out as a voice of sanity. India is standing out as a voice that at least has the ability to manage multiple contradictions. That perhaps can be India's unique contribution, something that we saw during the G20 as well. But I think increasingly it would be because the multilateral order is in crisis, because the multilateral institutional frameworks are not working, countries like India will be asked to do much more. And I think India is already underscoring that it is willing to do much more, not only articulating new ideas, but also getting together with like-minded countries to deliver substantive outcomes. So I think both broadly, domestically, keep the focus on the domestic economy, because that is, in any case, will have to be the priority given the stakes, given our requirements, and where the world is at this point. Because when you talk of deglobalization, when you talk of de-risking, it will impact India. India has been part of the globalization framework so far that was all encompassing. Now, as countries relook at their supply chains, at their economic structures, India will also have to figure out how it wants to be part of that larger matrix. And I think in some cases we are beginning to look at some evidence of success where some critical manufacturing has come to India, where India's relations with Taiwan on semiconductors are bearing fruit. But it will take some time. It's not going to be a short hold. But building capacity at home, as well as linking up with external partners, certainly will shore up India's capacity to deliver at home. And I think that is going to be India's priority.